Morning, friends. It's that sunrise time again, or at least it's supposed to be, but it's cloudy and can't really see much. The tide's way in, so there's not a lot of people out here this morning, which is fine. But this idea came up a couple times this week, this patience versus passivity idea, because if anybody follows me personally on Facebook, you saw that last week I wrote a prayer about overwhelm, and that can just be how it is, man. The world can be a pretty overwhelming place. Sometimes it can feel like it's coming from all angles, you know? Oh, and I've even been blessed with a cold this morning, so you know, you can make a whole list of all the things that are wrong or challenging or overwhelming. And sometimes there's just not a whole lot to do about that. And that can be read as being passive, right? Here in Florida, you know, especially in Volusia County, they're talking about pulling certain books that feature certain types of people off the shelves, saying that they're explicit, when really, in my opinion, they are hard-hitting books and stories about real lives lived that we just don't want to see, that white upper-middle-class people don't want to see, we don't want to acknowledge is real and is part of our world. So they're going to try to pull them from shelves. And, you know, that's going on in the midst of many other political agendas and wars and whatever's your personal story, family dynamics, and all of those things, and it can all feel like a lot. And you know, our tendency is to go to, what do we do about that? And the hard answer is that sometimes what we do is wait. Sometimes it's, you know, you take the next right step, but then you also have to wait. And I'll say for me and the folks that I worship with at First Presbyterian in Daytona Beach are in a similar place. We're in a really peculiar juxtaposition of life, new life, and impending death. As we watch, you know, the congregation has shrunk over the last couple of decades, and, you know, post-COVID, post-hurricane, etc. Bills are mounting. The property is probably going on the market very soon. So all of these things are happening at the same time that we have this really super, like, hip open mic liturgy that's happening on Sunday nights, and, you know, this amazing block party that we do and invite in all the neighborhood on Fridays, first Fridays of the month. And, you know, it's like new life and death is all around us and present at all times, whether we acknowledge it or not. And the same is true when you read the stories in Scripture, right? You know, people were gunning for Jesus for a real long time before he was actually executed. And, you know, and so it is kind of like, what do? You still got to eat and sleep and rest and pray and be kind to people and do the work you're called to do. The what you do doesn't change much. But it may be that there's times that it just kind of has to sit. And that's real uncomfortable, especially for, you know, white middle-class Americans. We want a thing to do. You see a problem, you fix it. Sometimes you have to be patient, and that's different than being passive. You know, I think about all the times that, you know, Jesus slept in the boat, went up to the mountain to pray, and, you know, these things that would appear to be passive, and his disciples even thought so, right? They're like, Jesus, get up, do something, we're all gonna die. And Jesus had a pretty good concept, I think, of sort of divine timing, you know, and knowing what was his to do and what wasn't. Maybe that's part of the example we need to learn from. Sometimes the answer is patience and rest. And that's different than just being passive. So that's the challenge this week. Do what is yours to do. Let go of the rest. Be patient and confident in the midst of it to the best of your ability. Grace and peace, my friends.